Okay, this is Fred Burrows with Plumbers leak detection report, but we're here. I did a thermal scan of this room in a separate video that you can see, and the temperature was all, you could tell the heat's on, by the way. You'll see in that video I zone in up there and whatnot, and you can see that the overall temperature, so we're not noticing anything as far as other than the fact the temperature changes from where the sun can shine through and hit the tile. So we're seeing a relative temperature situation here that is telling us that we're not finding the evidence of water. Furthermore, as I was explaining to the customer earlier in the initial video when I was thermoing, there are no water lines on any of this grout. Now, I am not a tile guy, as I was saying, but what I did notice here is we've got a big hump of tile going right here, and you could get a good view of it right here where that's all popped up. Now it's coming from this corner and coming out. So normally, if you've got a good amount of thin set down here, it's gonna be hard for this tile to come up. And I was explaining to the customer that when water is trapped underneath something, that water should still be here because without air hitting it, it's not going to dry up. So I've been on jobs before where water shows up underneath tile because it was trickling from a long way or whatnot. And when you pull the tile up, suddenly it's always dry in that where that tile is because it wasn't enough water to flood it. Now, I'm not talking about underground pipe leaks. When they're leaking, they're gonna constantly leak. The situation's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So especially if you have copper pinhole leaks. Now, one thing I did notice, as I said, I'm not a tile guy, but we can see that this tile is cut and there is no give right here. So normally when you put tile down like this, okay, they're gonna take the baseboards up and put the tile with a gap to the wall. If they don't, they're not gonna cut it real tight, and there's gonna be a gap right here between the tile and the baseboard, and then they're gonna put quarter round, they call it. So the tile guy will put a little quarter round to cover this up. So that's normally, now that's not what I'm seeing right here. I'm seeing the tile went straight to this baseboard and then they grouted it, okay? And it looks like, because how I'm seeing this pop up, it looks like they cut that so tight that there was no room for expansion, all right? And whether it's a vinyl floor, tile floor, whatever floor you're putting on, wood floor, there has to be room for expansion because it's going to happen. So I can tell you that, not being a tile professional. So I'm just doing a video report to kind of show this. Now the customer also mentioned the water bill might be higher. That's going to be a separate report to do with that issue. What I did say that I could do is chip this grout out here around this tile and see if we can pull that up to temporarily. Maybe it'll help this go down because this, you want to be careful with, it's somewhat dangerous. Yeah. We've got tile here and we put a lot of weight on this. We're going to crack tile and possibly cut our feet, right? So it is a situation that is quite, but it's very easy. I could take a screwdriver and a hammer and pound that grout out and try to pop that one up, see if it helps a little bit. Maybe this will push down at that point, okay? But I'm more than happy to do that as a courtesy. I'm gonna end this initial video because I just wanted to document the problem and whatnot, and we can add this to the customer's digital invoice so they have a copy of this video in case they're doing anything. So we're gonna do that right now and I'll end this video.